The rain had started just as Ethan Cole pulled his old pickup truck into the long, winding driveway. The mansion loomed ahead, massive, silent, almost too perfect to feel real. It wasn't the kind of place someone like him usually worked in. But work was work. Ethan stepped out, pulling his worn jacket tighter around himself as he glanced at the message on his phone again. Basement pipe issue.
Urgent.
Payment will be generous. Generous. That word was the only reason he'd driven across the city after a full day of fixing broken heaters and leaky sinks. And because of Lily. His 6-year-old daughter was at home with the neighbor, probably already asleep. Her school fees were due next week. Generous mattered. The front door opened before he could knock. She stood there, tall, calm, dressed in something simple but clearly expensive. Her presence alone felt different, like she was used to being in control of everything around her. "You're the plumber?" she asked. "Yeah." "Ethan," he replied, holding up his toolbox slightly. She nodded once.
Come in. No smile.
No small talk, just business. The inside of the house was even more overwhelming. Clean marble floors, soft lighting, everything perfectly placed. Ethan tried not to stare. "Basement?" he asked. She pointed down the hallway. "Through there." As he walked, he could feel her eyes on him. Not curious, not judgmental, just observing. The basement door creaked open, revealing a wide, dimly lit space. Not the dusty, cluttered kind he was used to. This one looked more like a second living area, except for the exposed pipes along the walls. He knelt near the leaking pipe, already spotting the problem. "Loose joint," he muttered. "Nothing too bad." "Good." Her voice came from behind him. He hadn't heard her come down. "You work late often?" she asked. Ethan shrugged as he started tightening the pipe. "When I need to." "And you need to tonight?" That made him pause for half a second. "Yeah," he said simply.
Ido.
There was silence for a moment. Then, "Do you always bring your daughter with you?" Ethan froze. Slowly, he turned his head. She was holding something in her hand. A small pink hair clip. Lily's. His chest tightened instantly. "Where did you?" "She was upstairs," the woman said calmly. "Sleeping on your couch in the truck." Ethan stood up quickly, panic rising. "You went to my truck?" "It was unlocked." His jaw clenched. "That's not." "She looked cold," the woman interrupted. "So I brought her inside." Everything inside him shifted in that moment. "Where is she?" he asked, his voice sharper now. "Guest room." "She's fine." Ethan didn't wait. He rushed past her, up the stairs, his boots echoing against the polished floor. He found the room easily, the door slightly open, soft light spilling out. And there she was, Lily, curled up under a thick blanket, fast asleep, her tiny face peaceful. Ethan exhaled slowly, stepping closer. He brushed a strand of hair from her forehead, his heart finally calming down. "You shouldn't have brought her," he said quietly. "I couldn't leave her out there," the woman replied from the doorway. Ethan turned. For the first time, her expression had changed. Not cold, not distant, something softer. "You work nights," she said. "You bring her with you. You don't have a choice." It wasn't a question. Ethan sighed. "It's temporary. Temporary things often last the longest," she replied. He didn't answer that. Instead, he gently adjusted the blanket around Lily and stepped out into the hallway, closing the door behind him. "Thank you," he said after a moment. She nodded slightly. Then came the question, the one that changed everything. "Why didn't you ask for help?" Ethan frowned. "What?" She stepped closer, her gaze steady. "You're clearly struggling. You're raising a child alone, working late nights. bringing her to job sites. She paused. Why didn't you ask for help? Ethan let out a small, humorless laugh. From who? Anyone. He shook his head. That's not how it works. How does it work then? She pressed. You handle your own problems, he said. You don't wait around hoping someone saves you. She studied him carefully. And if someone wanted to help anyway? Ethan met her eyes. People don't do that, he said firmly. There was a long silence between them. Then she said something that made his stomach drop.
Ido.
Ethan blinked. What? She crossed her arms, her tone calm but serious. I need someone reliable. Someone who doesn't break under pressure. She glanced toward the guest room. Someone who already knows how to take care of what matters. He stared at her, confused. I'm not looking for charity, he said. Neither am I, she replied. Then what are you saying? She took a small step closer. I'm saying, what if I offered you a job? Ethan hesitated. I already have one. Not like this. His brows furrowed. Doing what? She held his gaze, her next words slow and deliberate. Working for me. Full-time. The rain outside grew heavier, tapping against the windows. Ethan's heart pounded slightly. This didn't make sense. Nothing about this made sense. Why me? He asked. Her eyes flickered just for a second. Then she said quietly, because you didn't wake her up. Ethan glanced back at the door. Lily, sleeping peacefully. And that tells me everything I need to know. He turned back to her, still unsure, still cautious, but something had shifted. Something bigger than just a broken pipe. Let me think about it, he said finally. She nodded. Take your time. As Ethan walked back toward the basement to finish the job, one thought echoed in his mind. This wasn't just another repair. This was the beginning of something he never saw coming. And somehow, it all started with a single question. Ethan didn't sleep that night. Even after they got home, after carrying Lily inside, after tucking her into bed, after standing there for a few extra seconds just watching her breathe, his mind refused to settle. A full-time job, working for her. It didn't make sense. People like her didn't just offer opportunities to people like him. Not without a reason. And that's exactly what bothered him. The next morning, sunlight crept through the thin curtains of their small apartment. The faint hum of the city outside slowly replaced the silence of the night. Daddy! Ethan turned to see Lily standing in the doorway, her hair messy, her eyes still sleepy. You okay? She asked softly. He forced a small smile. Yeah, kiddo. Come here. She walked over, climbing onto his lap like she always did. For a moment, everything felt normal again, until she said, That lady, she was nice. Ethan stiffened slightly. You remember her? Lily nodded. She gave me hot chocolate. Of course she did. That's good, he said. She looked sad, Lily added. That caught him off guard. Sad? He repeated. Yeah, Lily said, frowning a little. Like when you think I'm not looking. Ethan didn't know what to say to that. Kids notice things adults tried to hide. Later that day, Ethan found himself standing outside the same mansion again. He had told himself he was just there to finish paperwork or check the repair. But deep down, he knew why he came back. The door opened almost immediately. She was already there, waiting. You came, she said simply. Ethan nodded. Yeah. No small talk again. No surprise either. Just that same calm presence. Come. They sat across from each other in a large, quiet living room. This time, Ethan noticed more details. Family photos that looked untouched, a piano in the corner, a bookshelf filled but somehow unused. It didn't feel like a home. Felt like a place someone stayed. I thought about what you said, Ethan began. And? She asked. I don't understand it, he admitted honestly. You don't know me. I know enough, she replied. He shook his head. No, you don't. There was a brief pause. Then she leaned forward slightly. My name is Elena, she said. Ethan blinked.
Elena.
It felt strange finally having a name to match the person. I run 3 companies, she continued. Most people in this city either work for me or want to. Ethan let out a small breath. Figures. But I don't trust most people, she added, now that he believed. So what is this? He asked. You just hire random guys from your basement? A faint hint of a smile touched her lips, but disappeared just as quickly. No, she said. I choose carefully. Based on what? Her eyes locked onto his. Character. Ethan leaned back slightly. You got all that from one night? No, she said quietly. From one moment. He frowned. What moment? When you saw your daughter sleeping, she replied. His chest tightened again. You didn't check your phone. You didn't ask me anything first. You went straight to her. She paused. That tells me your priorities. Ethan didn't respond, because she wasn't wrong. So what exactly would I be doing? He asked after a moment. Elena stood up, walking slowly toward the window. I need someone I can rely on, she said. Someone who can handle personal matters and business when necessary. That sounds vague. It's meant to be, she replied. Ethan narrowed his eyes. You want an assistant?
No.
A bodyguard? She shook her head. Then what? She turned to face him again. Someone I don't have to question. That answer didn't make things clearer. If anything, it made them more complicated.